You would have read recently that I did a publication in which I accused Ken Ofori-Atta and Charles Edubwai of awarding contracts to be consultants or advisors to themselves, for which they are going to earn a lot of money. In that conversation, what I didn't tell you was that they also created a new category of advisors, which never existed before they came, and only created in 2021, called bond market specialists. That is where the catch is. You see, what the bond market specialist does is that they have constituted themselves into the monopolies of government securities. So previously, all players in the industry would go for an auction of government securities and compete for it. Now nobody can go there. The bond market specialist, out of 3 investment banks, Data Bank owned by Ken Ofori-Atta, Blackstar Brokerage owned by Charles Edubwai, and IC Securities also related, are the only 3 who get the auction. All other players in the industry are now their workers. They are now retailers of Ken Ofori-Atta and Charles Edubwai. So Ken Ofori-Atta and Charles Edubwai's companies will go and take all government securities. Then you go and buy from them and go and sell. So they now earn the fees from governments. So competition has been collapsed. If this is not tragedy for Ghana, how do you call this? Look, in 2017, if you take the buy side of the market and you take the top 10, in 2017, IC Securities was doing 73 million. Data Bank was doing 100 million. Blackstar Brokerage, 0. What did I say? 0. In other words, it was a non-entity. Nobody knew them in that industry. 2019, suddenly, Data Bank moved from 100 to 1.25 billion in 1 year. Then Blackstar Brokerage from nowhere did 800 million by 2019. By 2020, Data Bank moved from this 100 in 2017 to 1.58 billion. Whilst Charles Edubwai's Blackstar Brokerage moved from 0 to 1.950 billion. In fact, the most important player in the industry today. I didn't tell you that, did I? And they went and opened the accounts. Today, we'll do a full conversation. On the buying side, on the selling side, it is the same story. Companies that were formed a fortnight ago are now the ones milking us dry. And it is the reason we are borrowing on air, and they are not interested in raising revenue. Because if they raise the revenue and they don't borrow, why would they get the money to grow their companies like this? Blackstar Broker 2017, 0. Then by 2019, they were doing 843 million. 2020, they were doing 1.65 billion. Cumulatively over 3 years or 2 years or so, they've done about 2.5 billion of government securities. Data Bank from 33 million sell to 440 to 66, and then now they are doing about 1.8 billion. See, there are very serious issues here that on the face of this you will see. One, my checks at the Research General Department, as of 2 weeks ago, was that Blackstar Brokerage is owned by a holding company called Blackstar Holding Ghana Limited, shell company. Blackstar Holding is owned 95% by Charles Edubwai and 5% by his brother, Christopher Edubwai. And he appeared before us and said he has transferred his shares to what? To a trust. That is lying under oath. I checked this after he came to Parliament to be vetted, and I can confirm that not a share has been transferred to anybody. In any case, the new Companies Act 992 makes it clear that it is an annual compliance requirement for companies to file beneficial ownership of their companies. Okay? How come they have not filed? So the company shares are still in the name of Charles Dubois and Christopher Dubois. I have also checked at the same time that DataBank and its initial shareholders who contributed about 230 million, 1,000 Ghana, not millions, 1,000 Ghana cedis to form DataBank, the shares are still in their name. It is not transferred to a trust. He lied to us in 2017 that he had transferred to a trust, came and lied again in 2021 that he had transferred to a trust. I am telling all those were lies on both, per the records at the Research General Department. But what is even worrying is that how does a company with a share capital or a stated capital of less than 300,000 be allowed to risk state funds where we are doing an average issuance of about 20 billion a quarter? Now you take this company whose capital is just about 300,000. Do they have the financial models to underwrite 20 billion of government securities? Do they have the money to buy? Do you get it? So, because you are the ones managing the system, I can afford to give it to my company and trust that when they sell, I'll get the money back for the state. But I would have made my profit without working capital. But you would have put the nation at risk. Seriously.